In today's video, I'm going to set up a Ubuntu server. So that's a Linux server on my Proxmox box. Downloading the image, setting it all up and kind of getting a basic install done. The main reason being to give it a base so I can do other things like setting up Zigbee to MQTT on a separate box. So it's kind of separate from what's going on. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's roll the credits. So the first thing we need to do is download Ubuntu. At present it's on 2024.04.2. I'm using the long-term support one, which means it's supported for 10 years. You can upgrade it in the meantime, but it is supported for 10 years. It's a case of going to this link and clicking download, and it'll start to download. So on Proxmox, the first thing we've got to do is add the Ubuntu ISO that we've just downloaded. So need to log in, go to the local disk, go to ISO images and click upload. Find the file. Now I actually downloaded the server. You can use the desktop if you want to, but I'm not going to use any of the desktop apps or anything like that. I'm just going to use it as a server, so it doesn't need the interface that's a desktop client. It's just going to be a server. So we click on that, click open, click upload, and it'll upload. Okay, that's the file uploaded. We can close this down now, and as you can see in ISOs, it's there. So we then need to go to the server we want to install things on, and then if you right click, you can do create VM. Okay, so let's go through the things in here. It's going to be on my Proxmox node because it's the only one I've got. It's got a VM ID of 101, and I'm going to call it MQ Zigbee to MQTT. Oh, let's try and get it right, shall we? I'm going to click the advanced thing. I'm going to click next. I'm going to use local storage, and there's the image. Linux version 6 to 2.6 kernel is fine. It's not an old one. Click next. The system, keep all the defaults. Click next. These are the disks. 32 gig. Let's go a little bit more. Let's go 50. Storage is going to be the local LVM. These are all just the defaults. Click next. I'm going to give it 2 cores and 2 sockets. Click next. I'm going to give it let's stay to 2 meg of RAM for now. It might be a little low, but that's fine. We can upload it later. Click next. The networking, we'll leave the defaults. Click next. Do we want it to start after it's been created? Yes, we do. They all look fine. Click finish. And away it goes.
Oh no!
Okay, as you just saw, it errored. It didn't start. It's saying host doesn't support the requested feature. Now it's to do with CPU. It's trying to emulate. So if you go to the machine in question, click on hardware, click on processors, and one of the things you can pick at the very bottom is use the same CPU as the host, i.e. the one on the machine. If you were moving things about, it might cause a problem, but it shouldn't do. So I'm going to then click OK. I'm then right clicking on the server, and I'm going to click start. Okay, it's starting up. You click on console, you can see what it's doing. So we want to try and install Ubuntu. Going to make this full screen. Okay, I want English UK. And I'm not getting a keyboard. Yeah, it's just a bit slow. English UK. Press enter. Click done. I just want server. Okay, it's going to give me that IP address, which I'm happy with. I'll fix that in DHCP after it's finished. It's not going to have a proxy address. Okay, it's deciding where it wants to download things from. I'm going to click done. Does it want? Do I want to set up the disks? And I want a 50 gigabyte disk, so I need to press tab to get down to the bottom. That done. Those partitions look fine to me. Press enter. I'm going to delete anything that's there. Yes, I'll continue. So it wants to know the name, and this is going to be kind of the person that installed it. So I'm going to put wrong words. My server's name. Now, what did I call it? Zigbee to. Oh, it won't let me go lowercase, uppercase. Zigbee to MQTT. Pick a username, and I'm going to call it wrong words on purpose. Choose a password. I'm going to choose. Pick something complicated. I can't think of a password. Tree. Squirrel, cat. Tree, squirrel, cat. Tap done. I can enable Pro. I'll have to kind of sign up for that, so I'm just going to skip that for now. Install OpenSHX, so that means I can connect to it, so I'm just going to do that. Now we could import some keys, but we'll do that later. Click done. I don't want any of these for now. Click done. And away it goes, installing the system.
2 very boring minutes later.
Okay, it's finished. So I need to go down to reboot now and say reboot. So okay, we're logged in. There are 54 updates, so I'm going to install them first of all. So the command is sudo there's 2 apt update. Know the password again. This is the update command gets of any updates that are available, just to make sure it hadn't missed any. And then we want to do upgrade. Yes, it's going to use more disk space. Okay, and when this has done the update, I will do a reboot, whether it needs one or not. Sudo reboot. Okay, so we're more or less set up now. I'll log in again. I'll log in again if I click in the right place. Okay, so I've got no updates here. I'm logged in. I've got nothing in the folder. If I look at the root, I've kind of got files and it's all set up. So that's Ubuntu installed. I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this helps you out. I'm going to do other videos that kind of add to this, but this is the basis of installing Ubuntu on the machine. Thank you very much for watching. If you can like and subscribe, that would be nice. And I will see you on the next one. Unless you're going to look up here.